Ludicrous Feed is proudly sponsored by Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution, and Hankook, driving emotion. Hey everyone, I'm Tom and this is my wife Joy.
Hello.
And today we are going to check out the Jeep Avenger battery electric vehicle here in Sydney, Australia, and lend you our thoughts. So let's go check it out. Alright, so let's go through some of the pricing and the specs. So Jeep Avenger, first battery electric vehicle from Jeep. Stellantis, of course, is the parent company. Both the car and the high voltage battery is made in Poland. MSRP $60,990 in Australia before on roads. Front wheel drive motor, 54 kilowatt hour NMC battery. It's got a maximum power of 115 kilowatts, 260 newton meters of torque. It's got a 390 kilometer WLTP range, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 9 seconds. And it's 4.08 meters in length. We'll do a walk around of the car in a second. Charging speeds, 11 kilowatt AC, which I proved last night, charging the car up, and 100 kilowatt DC. It's got a 5-year vehicle and an 8-year battery warranty. All right, so let's take a walk around the vehicle now that we've done with the pricing and the specs. So, first impression, straight away, it's a Jeep, right? It's got the Jeep signature look at the front here with the this grille here, I suppose. Even though it's a battery electric car, it's still got this grille, just to show you that it's a Jeep, it's signature look. Performance LED lights across the front here, air intake down there, fog lights here. Not a bad colour, honestly, I guess, for a Jeep. Plastic, these high contact areas around the fenders and along the side. Jeep Avenger badging there. Look, honestly, it's a pretty cool name, Avenger. Don't mind that at all, actually. Running on Goodyear tyres, 215, 18-inch actual alloys as well. Even the tyres are made in Poland. Interesting. I don't see any side cameras on the mirror there. Jeep, unmistakably. Charge port on this side. Usual rubber caps, which I find quite annoying, honestly, in EVs. Maybe the DC one, but AC one, unnecessary, honestly. Some buttons there. Let's go around the back. Not bad here. Little lip across the top there. It's got a sunroof. I'll show you that when we go inside. Electric. Is it a signature Jeep look up the back? Well, guess so. I mean, the Jeep logo is pretty big, obviously. Rear camera. Nice detail there with the chrome trim. Ultrasonic sensors. Rear wiper, something. Bit of a light there as well. Yeah, and back around this side, so pretty similar on this side. Should do the door close test. This I haven't been too impressed with, I've got to say. Have a listen to this. Yes. Honestly, very flimsy. I know door closing isn't everything, but some people say it's a mark of quality of the car. Let's check the front. Again, flimsy. You would think for a door with a frame it should sound more solid than that, particularly for a European vehicle. Let's check out the boot while we're here. So, auto lift gate, which you can turn off if you really want. Sometimes it can get stuck if you're on a slope. We've got a slope driveway, it does get stuck sometimes. Boot closing button there in red. Little parcel shop which you can take off. Sorry about the mess, everyone. Move that aside. 60/40 split, child seat, tethers, and I think there's something down here. Yeah, extra bit of storage. This car comes with a Type 2 cable. And then I think something else further down here too, so a tyre compressor kit. No spare tyre as you'd expect. Now, the question is, can it fit a Big Bertha driver? Funny you ask that, because I have one handy, and unfortunately it does not. I've tried different configurations. I guess you can take the parcel shelf off. Let's show you. I'll just take this off for a sec. Yeah, I guess you can sort of fold it that way. You can probably shut the boot like that. So
spike anyone who was sitting in that left seat though.
Yes, that probably further dampen the safety rating, which we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, that's one way you could do that. Just put this back on. Nope, see, you can't put the parcel shelf then. You've got to take it off. So, although it'll probably squeeze it down there. Okay, so it can be done. And then you can shut it. So at a pinch you probably could put the Big Bertha in there.
As long as you went golfing with only one club.
That's it. Alright, I'll just shut this door. So that's pretty much the Jeep Avenger battery electric vehicle. Oh, I'll show you this bit of detail here. That's pretty nifty. Like a kid looking through a telescope. Little silhouette there. Okay, well let's head inside and chat about the interior. Alright, so let's shut the door.
It does block the noise pretty well actually, because the crickets were really loud.
Cicadas, yeah.
The
noises are gone. Alright, so let's go through just a first impression. Honestly, I'll be honest here. Like, you can tell straight away it's a Stellantis vehicle. Like, I'm just going to say it because we've driven other Stellantis cars before. Fiat, Abarth, and the trim is very similar. It's all very, dare I say, cheap feeling plastic up the top, all hard interior. I know Jeep's supposed to be like a rugged, adventurous brand, I suppose. Kind of in keeping with that. Not too much piano black, so that's something. This sort of chrome trim is nice. Even this is hard too, which is, well, yeah, maybe a tiny bit soft, but even then, it's hard here too. Just something about hard plastics just makes it feel cheap. Even though this car isn't cheap, it's 60 grand before on roads.
No, you know what this stuff reminds me of?
What?
It's, you know, like what the kids furniture, like kids plastic furniture, or like, you know, the little slides and stuff, like little play slides. I don't know whether it's the same stuff, but it feels like the same stuff.
See, I know what you're saying, like those like play equipment, the kids'
Yes,
toys.
like the little mini ones that you can buy for the home.
I remember those. Yeah, good point.
Like a little table, little chair.
Yeah, even this stuff here, like, just feels very cheap. I don't know. Yeah, so at least we've got buttons and actual things you can touch for mirror controls and windows and things, so at least they got that right. Bit of storage here, and then some, extra buttons here as well. You can press air conditioning vents, Joy. You can
Yes.
toggle.
Yes. And it's been really hot in Sydney the last few days, so I have appreciated the fact I can blow this directly into my face.
Let's have a look at the steering controls. So usual cruise control on the left, and then volume control on the right, and media controls as well. Voice activation, phone, indicators are on the left, given it's a European car, and you can do wiper stuff on the right, which is auto rain sensing as well, I think, from memory, when I tested it in the rain the other day, and rear wiper control too, obviously. There's the cluster screen, we'll go through that in a second, and then we've got the center screen here in the middle. Bit small, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, quick button to get you back. I don't know why that's on. I'll just close that. Here we go. And then straight into the center screen there. You flick across navigation, different apps and things. Might as well go through it really quickly now. So ADAS settings, phone projection, climate control, energy. One thing about energy I found odd was that even though it's an NMC battery and we know that we should only charge that to 80-90% every day, there's no actual setting to sort of limit your charge, which I found a bit odd for an NMC battery. Those little details tell me that they don't really know what they're doing, being brutally honest here, but you really should have a limit for NMC batteries, which is very concerning.
So there's no way as a user you would be able to say, I want to stop charging at 80% rather than 100%?
I've looked through this the screen, I can't find it, unless if you're a Jeep owner out there, let me know. At least there are stats for nerds, that's nice.
Yeah, so if you plugged your car in overnight, it would automatically go...
It's 100. Yeah, discovered that last night.
What was that 30, 60, 100 thing that...
Oh, the last 30
I see.
minutes, the last 60 minutes consumption.
180.
That's not bad. That's quite good. And then, yeah, when you charge your car, the flow, about energy, you can see that graphically and how much time is left. So that's okay from that point of view. So I thought maybe the scheduler could, you could set an end time, but you can't. You can only start a start time.
Yep.
So you can't even limit
So
the
you
amount
can't
of
even
battery.
sort of do a calculation and go, okay, well, it will take, say, 6 hours to get to 80%, so I'll stop it after 6 hours.
No, I have to do that via my wall connector with a Tesla wall connector at home to limit the charge manually, which is disappointing, I've got to say. Anyway, we'll keep going. So just back on the instrument cluster screen here, I'll just show you there are some stats here, which is nice. The last 2,000 kilometers, 16.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. It's a nice measure of all the different drivers that have driven this car. And you can flick between all the screens with this button here. So yeah, even more, 2,977, which is the life of this vehicle. That's the odometer down there. So 16.4 kilowatt hours is per 100 kilometers is a nice efficiency counter. And instant consumption there as well. Battery state of charge, amount of range remaining, and then whether you're recharging the battery or not from that side. Okay, so the rest of the interiors, unfortunately there's a stop-start button. And then lots of buttons here, Stellantis style, the Fiat had that as well. This is quite handy, this max AC button. It's been really hot this week in Sydney. I've just pushed that button and then boom, the interior just goes nuts with the AC.
And it does cool really quickly, I have to say.
It's not bad, yeah.
Yep.
Up and down button for climate control, which is good. And then you can press that for the menu and you get this straight away. So that's handy to have rather than fiddling with the screen. Passenger and driver seat heating. You can actually precondition the car as well, so that's handy.
Before departure, but you have to be in the car.
Yep. So there's a departure time, I guess. So if you want to depart at 6 a.m. every morning,
Okay. Yep.
the car will cool it down if it's really hot. Bunch of shortcut buttons too. Okay. Yep, that's quite handy. Lock button there. This odd shelf here. I don't know. What would you put there? I put one of my sunnies here because there's no sunnies holder, but it does slide around.
But I mean, if you're driving, you'd be wearing them.
True. Too small for a tissue box. Maybe you put some non-slide or grippy material here for like keys. Maybe if you want to put that there. Gear shifts are down here. I find that a bit odd, honestly. I have to reach down to press it and keep forgetting. Maybe you'll get used to it if you drive it enough. And then in this little cubby area, you've got 12-volt plug, socket, 2 USB-C, I think they're C's? Yeah, that's C ports. Wireless charging, which works reasonably well.
Wait.
It's a C, it's a converter. And then extra storage down there as well. AC is turned off, which is weird. There's no cover privacy screen, unfortunately. Park brake here. I might just turn the AC on, otherwise we will cook. See, that's the max AC. It's going nuts now. And then you can just manually bring it up. Anyway, more storage here. Strange dividers, which you can alter the size of the cup holder. All different drive modes too, which you can switch from here. This slides a little bit depending on where your arm wants to sit. And then extra storage down there as well.
Yeah. It is thin though.
Very thin.
It's a lot thinner than
The shape of my hand.
some of the other,
Good average size head. Whoa, what happened to the AC? How weird.
Maybe we need to.
So just back on the center here, volume control, you turn it off. And then you can open the glove box, yay, for manual glove box openings. And on Joy's side, pretty similar, I think. Storage bin, usual.
Except I wasn't sure whether it could fit a bottle of water. It is, again, everything's just like a little bit smaller.
We did. We went to a fast food chain to bring some drinks back.
But it was a smaller bottle. I don't think we put the 600ml bottle. We'll have to try. I'll try.
And have a look at the seats here. So Jeep stitching. It feels like vegan or synthetic leather. I don't think it's real.
That's
Headrests
a good thing.
go up. Yeah, it's good. Environmental, all that. We'll go on the back in a sec. Now, we've got a sunroof as well with a shade. So that's something which you can slide manually. Ta-da! It's a Jeep, right? You've got to have some sun coming through. And then you can open the vent too. The button's here. Let me just show you. You can vent, or you can just hang on to it, open up all the way. I'm not going to leave that open on a hot day in Sydney. It's got a mesh as well, bug guard. You can open the boot from here too. I'll just pan up here on the top. There you go, a couple of buttons there. And reading lights on and off. I think that's a driver monitoring because it's beeped at me a few times. And then visor, mirror, not lit. Can't slide out. It's okay. All right, let's go to the back seats.
Okay, so non-powered seats on the passenger side, which honestly I don't mind because I'm an impatient person. So,
And can you pull that lever twice? Let's have a look at the front or the bonnet. Okay, so yeah, no storage. Looks very complicated in there. Just come on this side for a sec. I'll just show you there's so the seats are powered on the driver's side, controls, lumbar support too, and there's a massage function. Interesting bit of luxury there for otherwise fairly austere looking vehicle. Jeep badging. Cool. All right, let's go into the back. Okay, so this will be interesting. This is my seat position as the driver, 175 centimeters and probably shrinking every day. But let's climb in for someone of my equivalent height, climbing in here. It's pretty tight, like, I'll smooth that for a bit, but even so, like, look at that, that's barely one fist in the back of the chair, so I don't think I'd be very comfortable sitting here for a long journey. No door storage bins either. At least it's window control. Same cheap materials at the back. Reading light there. It's a funny odd hump here. One USB-C charging port. Left that for the kids.
I can fight over that.
My son is taller than me now, so he'd be struggling in the back too. Yeah, and no armrest either, which is annoying. At least the headrests go up and down. The sunroof or sunshade open, bit of a view. But what's super annoying is actually the center hump there. Like, honestly speaking, for an electric vehicle, we shouldn't have these anymore. So how to make a small car even smaller, putting a hump in the middle. Yeah, that's unnecessary really. Yep, 3 seat belts, what can I say? And yeah, the ISOFIX anchors too for child seats, so that's at least something. Oh, have a look at this, I just noticed silhouette of arm. Now, here's a trivia question. Which mountain range is that? Be curious to know if you know the answer. All right, Joy, so thoughts in the back row?
Honestly, if I was a child sitting next to my sibling, I am already in a fighting mode being in here because there's no storage. There's one that we'd have to fight over. There is no
Armrest.
Yeah, like I'm already set to have an argument. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want 2 adults here in the back
No.
for a long distance. You'd be going bonkers after a while. All right, let's go to the front row and talk about the ANCAP rating, the elephant in the room. Okay, so I feel like we need to address the elephant in the room, which is the 3-star ANCAP rating, which I've just printed out for reference here for this video. I don't often dwell too much on safety because I rely on the cars we review to have that 5-star ANCAP rating. A lot of them have actually, even the ones from China. And you know, if we are to live in this country with standards, then we must trust ANCAP to review the safety features of this car, because I honestly can't do it all in my review, so I do rely on ANCAP a lot. So having ANCAP give us a 3-star rating for this car, you know, that certainly rings alarm bells for us as parents. You know, we straight away, or at least I don't think I'd be buying this car just based on that alone. Would you agree, Joy?
Yeah. I mean, when you mentioned the ISOFIX up the back, it's like, yeah, but I wouldn't put a baby or a child in this car. Like, knowing that there are so many other options out there that are, you know, a 5-star ANCAP rating, why would you go for something that's 3?
Yeah, why would you design a car? It's not just ANCAP, it's NCAP, which is the Euro NCAP, That's also 3 stars, so it's across the world too. Now, why would you design a new car that doesn't qualify for a 5-star rating in this day and age, honestly? Now, even the ones from the new cars from China, the Zeekr X, the there's Xpeng G6, Leap Motor, they're all 5-star ANCAP.
The BYDs as well.
BYD's 5 stars. So all the new entrants from China, say what you want about those cars, they have 5-star ANCAP ratings. So for Jeep not to have a 5-star rating is disappointing. We should break it down too. So why has this car received a 3-star ANCAP rating? So the biggest concern is actually, well, the 2 biggest concerns is the vulnerable road user protection got a 59% rating, and the safety assist system got a 54% rating. So you see a lot of red in the details here, particularly with a T-bone collision. That's all in the red. That's all poor.
And head-on oncoming vehicle.
Yeah, that's very concerning. When other cars are, all in the green, which is weird. So that alone for me, I wouldn't be driving this car too often for that reason. Maybe we should talk about why you would buy this car, ANCAP aside. I mean, it's hard to ignore that ANCAP rating, but why would anybody decide to buy this car or rent this car? Maybe.
I think you have to really, really like the Jeep brand and maybe the look of the Jeep from the front. I think you just like, I think if you just really, really, really love the Jeep brand.
What does Jeep stand for? Adventure, ruggedness, playfulness. So, it's certainly not for a family, I think, or at least not for too long. Maybe just a couple.
I guess if you're a thrill seeker, maybe you like the fact that it's a 3-star ANCAP rating.
That's true. That's true.
So,
living a bit dangerously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, enough of the market research. Let's go for a drive and see how it actually drives on our roads.
What's B?
Oh, so B is a very European thing. You see that in all the VW branded cars as well. It's the strength of the regenerative braking. If you just have it on D, it's just normal, no regen, and B is like extra regen. No one pedal, it's just extra regen strength. Do you hear that indicator noise? It's a little bit annoying actually. Sounds like a hi-hat and a snare. Something similar anyway, with a drum. Front-wheel drive motor, but surprisingly this week it hasn't been too torquey. Hasn't been thrown off balance too much, accelerating. Something at least. Suspension's been a little bit bumpy this week. We'll just go for a quick drive up and down the bridge here. Give you a quick idea of what it's like at least 80 kph. So 0 to 100 was 9 seconds, wasn't it?
Yep.
I went through the specs.
Yep.
I mean, you'd hope it'd be quicker than that, but it's not, sadly. I just got to comment on the price, like 60 grand. They must be joking. For a car with those specs and this size, I know it's like legacy Jeep, but it's a lot of money. And that's before on roads. Anyway. Yeah, a little bit of bounce actually with the drive too. Not super stable. This lane.
I mean, what's the ANCAP rating of a motorcycle, right? So there is a market for...
Yeah, I guess everything's relative.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to ride a motorbike, so...
No, but yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, safety on the roads is not necessarily a top priority for everybody.
Yeah, true. The ADAS is actually not bad. It doesn't annoy me too much. Not too many bings and boops and bongs, so that's something at least. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very limited market, I think, in terms of sales. I'll monitor it into 2025. But I can't see too many being sold. We're just stirring the pot here. Is this car an answer to a question that wasn't necessarily needing to be asked? Who wants an electric Jeep? Surely someone wants one. I suppose if you really don't want a car that's made in China, it's at least it's made in Europe. Legacy brand. Well known, albeit Stellantis. Four meters, small car. Smaller than like Volvo EX30, BYD Dolphin, GW Amora, MG4. And definitely more expensive. Right, swing a left. Swing a left here? Let's go here. We'll turn around. Do you feel adventurous in this car?
I mean, my heart rate's up, but again, I think that's just because I know it's a 3-star ANCAP rating.
Yeah, you can't ignore that fact, unfortunately. It does weigh on your mind when you drive a car like this. You know, when cars are so safe these days, why compromise? I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to put my kids in this car. If I can help it.
You wouldn't even, I don't know, I would feel bad about giving anyone a lift as well, you know, because it's just like, well, I'm not putting you in like a safe option.
Then again, we aren't the target population for this car, are we?
Yeah.
We're parents, so we're very boring. Alright, so we're just going to end the video there. Any final thoughts, Joy?
Yeah, look, I think if you were, like, you know, maybe if you were a young couple or something and you're on holiday, you've flown somewhere and you need to hire a car for a few days, I think that might be when it might be a fun option just to try something different. The Jeep branding, I don't know, good photos, Instagram. What do people use? I don't think people use Instagram these days. Isn't it something else different? TikTok?
We still use Instagram.
I'm aging myself, okay?
That's true. We are in our 40s now. Yeah, good point, I suppose. If you're holidaying in the Gold Coast or something, bit of fun, driving around the surf.
Yep, just don't take it on the highway. Well, I personally wouldn't take it on the highway, but if you were, yeah, if you like thrill seeking, I suppose, and safety's not a concern, then I suppose this would be a fun car.
Yeah. I mean, is safety inversely proportional to fun? I mean, surely we can have both. Surely. I mean, look at the Model 3. It's still a fun car to drive. It's safe. For a lot of people.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, there are the types of people for whom thrill seeking and the element of danger is what makes it fun. So.
True. Okay, fine. We'll leave it at that. Okay, well, yeah, I guess thanks MSR for the loan of this vehicle, and hope you enjoyed the review. Leave your thoughts below. Is this the kind of car that you would purchase for your personal use? Maybe you can think of some use cases for it. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, everyone. From Joy and myself, until the next Ludicrous Feed video, it's happy charging.